Okay, guys, you got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I wanted to hop on here real quick, do a Facebook Live to talk to you today about how to make $10,000 online before Christmas. Before Christmas. Who do we got joining in? Who do we got joining in here? Okay, we have Leslie and Yo. What's up? Today it's ho. Okay, Warrington, UK in the house. We have got Kieran. Hey, Father Christmas. Kieran, bring us some gifts, LOL. Awesome. Hi ho yo. Okay, hi ho yo. Okay, guys, so what I want to talk to you today about on this particular broadcast is that the first thing that you're going to have to sort of bend in the universe starts with this, okay? Your mindset on whether or not you even believe that that's even possible, okay? The big challenge that most people have as entrepreneurs is that whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. So, in other words, if you read that title, okay, you read that title and it says how to make $10,000 online before Christmas, and you go, yeah, right? It will never happen in a million years for you, unfortunately, guys, okay? Because that has to do a lot with how we manifest and create the reality in the first place. So your belief, your core belief on whether or not you even believe it's possible will determine whether or not it is possible for you in the reality, okay? And the challenge that people have, guys, is that they put all the pressure onto themselves. So in other words, because you don't have the data or you don't understand, you're relying on the data that you have in your subconscious mind that is calculating on whether or not that's even possible in the first place, okay? So who do we got here? We have Laura Wall. Welcome to the broadcast. Ho, Kieran. Awesome. Hey, Lonnie, how are you, sir? Angeline says, live from New York. Great to see you here. Mindset. Absolutely. We're going to be talking about that a little bit today. Kuthazil. Hopefully I got that right. Okay. Leslie Ann says 95%. Absolutely. Romano is tuning in live from Port Elizabeth in South Africa. Angeline says mindset is everything. Ashraleen is live from South Africa. And Erica is home again today and tuning in from California. Welcome, guys. Welcome, okay? Now, I can tell you over the course of my own career from being an entrepreneur for 3 decades, is that if you don't have this going on right here for your business, you're screwed, okay? This right here, guys, I'm telling you, is the majority of your business, okay? Your self-talk, okay? Now, your self-talk is going to affect your emotional state, okay? An emotion is actually created by concentrated and repetitive focused thought. And in the event, when you read that sentence about being able to make $10,000 prior to Christmas, then, and you don't believe it, you're hooped. You're hooped right out of the gate before you even start, guys. Before you even start, you've already failed before you even start, okay? And this works for any type of entrepreneurial business. Doesn't matter what it is that you're marketing. So let me give you an example. I just finished rolling out a campaign. Okay, so you probably saw it on the news feed if you're in Quantum Millionaire or if you're in Fast Track to Freedom. You may have saw it on my Mind Mastery fan page. But that particular campaign, okay, the words that I spoke into the reality was that I am, right? Those are the two most powerful words in the world. I am, right, going to make between $30,000 and $50,000, right, for the month. And interestingly enough, or not, okay, interestingly enough, or not, I came right in roughly at about 40,000. Okay. But what was I speaking into the reality? Hear my words, guys. I said, I am, okay, I am going to make between $30,000 and $50,000. Now, truth be told, if I had said, I'm going to make 50,000 and I just gone right to the 50, then there would have been a high probability that that campaign would have produced 50,000 instead of roughly around 40,000. But we speak our realities into existence. Now, the battle that we all face, okay, and I don't think that anybody's immune, guys, okay? Don't think that there's any immunity here, okay? There's no special group that's over here that does not battle the human condition. We all battle this, okay? Now, all it takes is one curveball, bam, that can throw you off track and put you back down the rabbit hole so you're back down in victimhood again, okay? You can't make it as an entrepreneur in victimhood. It's not possible, guys. I'm just being honest. It's not possible to make it as a successful entrepreneur in a state of victimhood. Okay, it's not possible. You will never ever make it as an entrepreneur in a state of victimhood. So whatever's going on in your head, your self-talk, okay, is going to determine your emotional state, okay? And your emotional state is going to determine how you communicate with the electrons and what shows up in the reality, okay? And people don't really get this concept. We all battle the human condition, and the human condition is that 80%, 80 guys, okay? 80% of our self-talk each day will be negative. Welcome to the human condition. We all battle it, okay? That's why I always tell people you got to feed your mind constantly with a minimum of 1 hour per day of personal development, okay? There's tons and tons of content on YouTube, whether it's Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Dennis Waitley, Zig Ziglar, Deepak Chopra, Brian Tracy, Grant Cardone, all those people, if you tap into their content, Les Brown, you know, they're all great motivational speakers, and a lot of them can shift your mindset and move your mind into what I call possibility thinking, okay? What if? What if? 2 words, guys, will completely change your reality. What if? What if it was possible? What if it was possible? Okay, so in the last couple of days, okay, PornFit, right? You can go scroll onto my wall. In the very first 5 days of implementing the strategy, she's already made $3,000 US. Okay, now she's over in Australia, so you can add a significant amount on top, even more than that, for her currency. You know, I don't know what the exchange rate is, but it's maybe 4,500 in her very first 5 days. Okay, so, but she went in to the training with the belief that it was going to be possible for her to make $1,000 a day, right? So she started off and bam, $1,000, and then, you know, right, literally back to back was like pop, 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 right, for her $1,000. So she's made $3,000. She's already made $3,000. Okay. Who do we got here? We have Ashraleen, I fully believe. Awesome. Sharon is coming in live from Scotland. Gavin, hey, Gavin, how are you, sir? A couple tags. Jeff Niket, how are you, sir? A Facebook user tuning in. Hey, Darren, how are you? Jennifer is tuning in from San Jose, California. Great to see you here. Glaudi is coming in from Namibia, Africa. Awesome. Feed your mind always with personal development. I do 1 hour a day in the evening. Awesome. That's good. That's good stuff. Congratulations, Pornthip. Renee says, hi, Darren. And a Facebook user says, hey, Darren. And Renee's tuning in from Eastern Canada. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. So the first part of it is whether or not you even believe it's even possible, okay? And how are you emotionally connected to your end game, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Your emotional state and how you are connected to your dream, to the end game, to the final outcome is what's going to determine whether or not you're going to open up the gateway to universal abundance or shut the gateway to universal abundance. And we control this, guys. We do as human beings. We control to steer the reality on whether or not people are going to be saying yes or whether or not people are going to be saying no. Are we attracting people into our reality that are in a state of transition or they've reached a breaking point right now in their life and they're ready for change? They're ready for change. They have credit card in hand, ready to get started, ready to change their life, ready to move into the next state of action? Or are we attracting flat broke people that have no money at all, okay, that are in a state of victimhood looking for handouts, okay? And you got to look at your data. You have to be in control and you have to look at the data of who's actually showing up, okay? Who's showing up on your wall, who's engaging with your content, who's liking and commenting on your posts, right? Where are they at? Where are they at in the success scale? And are you attracting the right type of buyers in the first place? And do you even have the right type of audience? Okay, so in other words, if you're on the path of being an entrepreneur, the fastest way, the fastest ticket, guys, the fastest way is by attracting people that are already in our business model. They're in some type of company right now, whether it's an MLM company, a network marketing company, a direct sales company, an affiliate marketing company, something where they are going to make a larger amount of money if they can build out a global team, okay? That is our market, okay? And that particular market, okay, so if I put all those people together and I coupled them all together and I put them over here, these people are completely different than the people over here in just the regular 9-to-5 business model, okay? And I always tell people this one thing. Don't try to convince a 9-to-5er that you have a better way, because you'll be like this the whole time, okay? The 9-to-5er people that are not already in our industry, they're not only sold on our business model, they'll argue with you. They will tell you that it's a pyramid scheme, a scam, you're going to get ripped off. So the moment that you get into this, which is like a battle or a tug of war, right, you're dealing with the wrong type of person, right? So stop trying to convince people that you have something that they need when you don't even know what's going on in their life and you don't know if they're in a state of transition or a breaking point in their life, because you're going to waste a lot of time, guys, okay? And this is about understanding about target marketing. Now, the problem that people have, just hold on a sec, guys. Hey, Suk, I'm just on a broadcast right now. Can I call you right back? Okay, so let's get back. Here's the big problem that people have that are, okay, so let's go back to these people. These people are already sold on the business model, okay? Now, this industry, guys, is the only industry that I know of where people actually do stuff completely backwards, okay? Every other industry, Every single other industry. Doesn't matter if you want to be an electrician, a plumber, a welder, an architect, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, every single other industry, you get the training first on how to do it. And then after you get certified, then you can go out into the workforce and you can, get hired by a company or look for a job or whatever. Okay. We have the only industry, guys, where people actually do it backwards. So they join a company, and then after they've spent the money, they go and try and figure it out after that. It's completely backwards. And I can tell you that every single one of my students that learned the business model first on the front end, and then they picked their vertical, whether it was weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, legal, credit repair, whatever, digital products, they do way better because they understand all of the basics of personal branding, how to write the right type of content, what storytelling and how does that work to engage your audience? What do you do to say to people, right? How do you actually get to be a people person? Okay, a people person. Our particular business model, guys, just so you know, it is a people-driven business, and you have to get good at people. You got to get good at people. And in the event that you're not, you can either do the personal development and grow as a person, right? Or you can say, I don't want to do that. No problem. Then you're going to have to pick a different business model. If you ever want to make 7 figures and higher, you have to, hone your people skills. You got to understand there's different types of people. There's different type of personality types. There's different, pitches and tones of people. There's different types of people. There's visual people, they talk real fast. There's auditory people, they talk a little bit down. And there's kinesthetic people, and they're really, laid back. They talk a lot slower, right? Visual people, as an example, they'll say to you, you know what? I totally see this. I totally see this, right? An auditory person will say, you know what? I hear you. This sounds really good, right? A kinesthetic person is going to say, you know what? I'm getting a really good feeling for this, okay? So there's these different types of people, and you have to know them. You've got to be able to hear the tone, hear the pitch, look at their body language, and understand which one of these, which category do they fit in? Which category do they fit in, right? And these are all learned skills, guys. But truly the best way to learn is when you're right in training. You're learning the process and you're growing as a human being. And your goal is to eventually be the person in front of the room with the message. That's the journey. The journey is from wherever you currently are right now to be the person with the message. That is the goal in our particular industry. Okay, who do we got here? We have, see if I already got that. Let's see. Okay, feed your mom. Okay, we already got that one. Let's see, we've lost where we're at. Okay, so we got fantastic. Thanks again from Southern Alberta. Steele, how are you, sir? Randy tuning in from California. Awesome. Mindset is everything. As we are within, so shows up without. As we are within, so I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Stuck in exchanging time for money, won't listen, move your focus to like-minded people. Absolutely. Like getting a car before taking a lesson and passing your test, then wondering why you can't drive it. Okay. Locked in from Kent, UK. Got back from shopping for my vision board. Awesome. Hey, Andrew. Pearl, sapphires, emeralds, and ruby. There's different trainings that are out there. That sounds like Danny Johnson from First Steps to Success. But there are different, understandings of people, right? And you got to be always investing into yourself, guys. That's really the key to ever getting, to true freedom, right? Is that you've got to master people, right? And people don't always get into join a business for the same reasons. Like, not everybody's money driven. Not everybody's money driven, right? Some people want to make a difference. Some people, they want to feel like they're part of something, right? And they show up to events, and they show up to the broadcasts, and they want to feel like they're part of something, right? So you really just have to keep on training, keep on learning. But right now, I want to be able to help a group of people to learn these skills, so that from now until Christmas, that you can bring in $10,000 extra to your family, so that you're going to have a good Christmas, and it's going to be a jolly, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year, right? And that you can move into 2020 with these skills, so that you can make 2020 your best year ever, right? Because, people typically have these repetitive patterns, right? And it's like the, New Year's resolutions, what are you gonna do this year, right? And they write out all these different things, and then, they're probably good for 3 weeks or a month. Like, that's probably the biggest time of year for gym memberships, right? Everybody joins for a gym membership, and they show up for the first 3 weeks, and then it's just an auto debit on their account every month, and they never show up. They never show up, right? But man, I'll tell you what, that New Year's resolution, whoa, they were so clear and so focused. And then what ends up happening? They fall back into their pattern, right? Human beings are creatures of habit, right? So if you don't break the pattern, you end up falling back into the rut, right? That's just what happens, okay? Okay. Blake Smith says, hey, Darren. Renee says she means in the outside. Okay. Ann Rose, how are you? Personal development, love yourself. Absolutely. So here's the thing, guys. This particular strategy that I teach, what it does is it actually does things the proper way. So whether or not you're in an existing business right now, or you want to learn how the business model actually is done, what I do is I teach all the stuff on the front end that people should have been taught before they even joined their business. Okay, this thing on the front end, before your affiliate company, before your MLM company, this thing here on the front end should be funding your entire business. It should be building your list of qualified buyers. It should be paying for your event tickets, your airfare, your accommodations, your ad campaign. Everything in your company should be funded by this thing on the front end that's going to help every single vertical, every single person in all the industry wide. Okay. And it's the missing link that is just not done. So people actually backpedal. So they join their business first, and then they try and figure out what to do. Like, what do you do to generate leads? Some people say, oh, just upgrade and buy more traffic. Just upgrade and buy more traffic. If you're hearing that from anybody, okay, especially if they're a 7-figure income earner, I can tell you this 100%. Their goal is to fleece you for every single penny that you have, okay? Do not buy into the bullshit, guys. Seriously. And in the event that they're trying to get you to take out a business loan, right, for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on some pipe dream that they're flashing the big checks, I can tell you for fact, okay, because I've watched it for the last 5 years go on in our industry, there is a high probability that their company may not even be around in 6 months. And after you've got that business loan and they fleeced you for the money and the company shuts down, they're going to be galloping all the way off into the sunset, joining another scam, and they're going to be flashing the checks again to try to entice you in and try to get you to take out a business loan there too. And they're not going to be making the payments for you when they're gone. Realize that. So after it's all said and done, and they've made $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, and the whole thing goes up in smoke, you're the one that's left with the debt. You're the one that's left with the maxed out credit cards and no savings accounts left. And what bothers me about it, quite frankly, is that those are the people that need the money the most. Okay. But these people that are out there doing this, they don't care, guys. They're in it for themselves, and they will fleece you for every single penny. Okay. It's sad to witness this. It's very, very sad to witness. We're going to start calling some of them out on these Facebook lives to force them to have to start helping the people. Okay. Because every 7 and 8 figure income earner under the umbrella should have literally a portfolio of rags to riches stories. And if they don't, they're a scammer, guys. They're a scammer, right? And they've literally flipped to the dark side. And there's people right now in the industry that I used to watch on stage at high profile events that have flipped to the dark side. And the only thing that they want to do is line their own pockets. It's very sad to witness. And it's really, it's kind of like throwing dirt onto our industry. It's like literally throwing shit on it. And, you know, people start to look at our industry like everything's a scam because they're just out fleecing the people. It's very, very, very unfortunate. Okay, so who do we got here? We have Rosie, how are you? Pornthip says respect. Leslie says run, absolutely run. Run fast, right? Angeline says exactly right. So sad. And Angeline says, run. I'd love for you to call these assholes out. You know, I'm starting off, Lonnie, because I know that they're seeing this stuff, okay? And I want to do the best I can to forewarn them that it's gonna come. Like if they don't change their ways, me and Ari are gonna start naming them by name, and then getting the people to share the videos all over the internet. So all the prospects that are out there, the first thing that they're going to do when they ask the person is to ask for a minimum of 5 rags to riches stories, minimum. Okay. And what I mean rags to riches, I'm talking about like Josh Cousins went from 0 to $250,000 in 18 months at 20 years old. Right? Robbie Godsell made $50,000 in his first 6 weeks. Billy Innelis made 140 grand his very first year. And prior to that, he was washing cars. He already got fleeced by those people and maxed out his credit cards, used up his entire savings account. That's when he came to me and Ari for help, right? Charlene was living on her credit cards, 18 grand her first month. She's $350,000 or more. Emily made about $250,000 in 18 months. You know, so Jennifer and Jose, they had 6 children. They were actually they had an eviction notice. They went 2 days with no water, guys. 2 days with no water. Okay, and they cleared 15 grand the first month. 157,000 their first year. And now they've got their own advertising agency, and they just signed the account for Jay Shetty, right? He's got 25 million followers online. So, you know, it gives you an idea of what's possible. But my point being is that it's going to come to a point where we will be calling them out by name. Okay. I know that they're watching these, okay, and we will be calling them out by name. So we're just giving heads up. We're giving them a good, fair chance to make it right. And if they don't want to get back on the path of what our industry is truly all about, which is helping people and taking people to freedom, they're going to get exposed. And it's going to be the marketplace that exposes these people. Okay, so we'll tell you what we've seen. And then when all the marketplace starts finding out that they don't have any rags to riches stories, whoops, a little bit of a problem. I guess you're not going to be able to fleece the people anymore like you did before, and you're going to have to take a little bit of a hit. Whoops. Should have thought about that before. Okay, so what do we got here? that exact thing happened to me. I was left financially devastated. It was a hard, painful lesson. I still won't give up. You know, Rosie, I don't know what's going on right now if you're actually in Millionaire Mentoring, but I can tell you that with all of the students that we have taken from rags to riches, we can definitely help you, okay, by teaching the real seven-figure formula. And I'm not talking about upgrading and buying more traffic, okay, because that's just a crock of shit and it's complete bullshit. So don't fall for that. If you don't know what to even do with the leads, guys, okay, so in other words, if like PornFit, she got fleeced for $50,000, okay, by these scammers. 50 grand, guys. That's what happened. She came to us when she was $50,000 in the hole, and it put massive pressure on her marriage. And then she was in a head-on collision. And so she was not in a good place when she started. Since she's got into Millionaire Mentoring, she's made $270,000. She's signed now another $72,000 consulting contract. And she was in this intensive and came right out of the gate and pow, $3,000 in her very first 5 days, okay? So those are the things that are possible in the event that you just show up, right? And you're coachable. We can definitely help you, okay? We'll teach you about personal branding, what type of content to become the attractor factor. Where do you go to get red hot targeted leads? I'm talking about qualified people, guys. People that are already in our industry, they're already on the path, but 97 out of every 100 of them are all failing. Those are real stats, guys. 97 out of every 100 people that are in our industry, they're failing, okay? So the first thing truly is you got to be able to surrender your pride and your ego and just look at your bank account. Look at your bank account. In the event that you don't have results, it's not working. And if you do the same thing next month that you did this month, and the same thing the month after that did this month, and you're not making a full-time income now, it ain't going to change, baby, right? You're going to have to do some work. Put on your shit kickers and kick some shit, okay? Brenny says, scammer hell. I realize it's a delicate situation. You know, it really is, Lonnie, because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. They've completely lost their moral compass, and they do not believe in their mind that they're doing anything wrong, okay? And in fact, they're proud of it. I've had people send me screenshots of the business loan approvals like they just got an Academy Award, okay? And then when they get the commission, I get another screenshot showing the money that they made, okay? What about that person? What about that person that just took out a $27,000 loan that they leave like dust on the side of the road, okay? And the worst one, okay, quite frankly, was Digital Altitude. And I spent $4,000 out of my own pocket, guys, my personal pocket, to run ads to warn the people that they were going to get fleeced, okay? So, you know, we're in this for the people, because that 30 years ago, guys, that's how I actually started in this industry. My millionaire mentor said these words to me. He said, Darren, you're not successful in our industry if you're the only person making money on your team. That's not success in our industry. What will determine whether or not you're successful is how many people on your team can you rise up to the top, lift up to the top. That is going to determine whether you are a success in our industry, okay? And that was in my early 20s, guys. I got goosebumps. Look at my arm, just goosebumps, just telling you guys the story, because that was literally programmed into my DNA for my own millionaire mentors. So I've really kept that course because it was, you know, now keep in mind, this is old school. Old school, that's where I started, was old school. I mean, the internet's just really, it's only been about the last, 10 years or so, last decade. But back 30 years ago, there was no internet. It was like home presentations, hotel meetings, and three-way phone calls and conference calls. That was the drive of our industry. Now it's Zoom broadcasts, This is kind of a substitute right here for a Google Hangout. You know, if somebody's doing stuff online, we typically meet on Zoom. And that's kind of like, you know, having a going over to somebody's house kind of thing and sitting all around, or having a hotel meeting where you have, you know, you can have hundreds of people, but you're all on a Zoom broadcast, right? So the technology has made it easier, and you can obviously do some online and some offline, and then bridge the two together. Because some people, like we got one deal that we've got going on right now where we have a team over in South Africa, and they still pack rooms, guys, pack rooms, right, with hundreds and hundreds of people. And somebody's up on stage and they're doing the big projector and they're going through slides and whatnot. So different areas of the world are going to have different things that, you know, work within their own culture. But I can tell you that I've built out businesses before where I've been the #1 income earner in the company, and I never even left my kitchen table, guys. No traffic, no driving across town, no setups, no hotel meetings, no expenses, no having to do setups of your products. Literally just right here, right? I mean, obviously this is a raised thing. It's, you know, not a kitchen table, but it's the same type of concept, right? But to be a top income earner in a company multiple times, guys, without even leaving my house, without even leaving my kitchen table, using these tools. Okay, Kevin says, yeah, I just got here. Yes, I have the experience with a couple of scammers. Lesson learned. Got scammed so many times, I get to the point that I'm giving up on this industry. You know, guys, I'm not too sure who that is, okay? But reach out to me, okay? Reach out to me, and let's hook up on Zoom, and I'll take you right behind the scenes. I'll open up my back office. I'll show you exactly what we do and how we do it, and you know, what makes it different. I'll tell you what makes it different, guys, okay? One word, value. Value to the people, guys. That is our industry, okay? And that has nothing to do with your company, your comp plan, your products, whatever. Nothing. Your management team, your track record, your patents, and nobody cares. Those are all the broke people. Okay? It's not even how you do our industry, okay? So our industry has to do with leadership, okay? The products get sold, but they get sold in a completely different way, They don't get sold by pitching. They don't get sold by spamming your stuff all over the internet, right? They don't get sold by trying to convince the other person that you have something that they need. Those are the broke people. That's why the number's at 97%, because they don't even understand our industry. In fact, they're not even doing our industry. This is why the failure rates is so high, guys, okay? We teach you actually how to do the industry. But once you learn it, the skills actually transfer back to your corporate America job. So we've got people that have had 3 pay raises, 2 job promotions. They start signing consulting contracts. They meet the woman or the man of their dreams. They get married. We've repaired relationships with these strategies. One couple was divorced for 4 years. They ended up remarrying, right? And when you get divorced, guys, like that person, like the last person you even want to see, and they ended up getting remarried and bringing the family back together, you know? So it's really the power of understanding people, communication, right? People and communication, right? So, okay. I shared your live to warn others, but got removed from Facebook. Oh, well, that's interesting. I was scammed a few years ago and lost 3,500. Alex Zubrev, thanks, brother. We need to have a talk there, bro. We seriously need to have a talk. That's a great idea, getting these companies to show their rags to riches stories before people hand over their hard-earned money. They will reap their karma. Unfortunately, they can still fleece people in the meantime. So sad. Yo, Darren, great Thursday from Newcastle, Delaware. Mark Presswood, it's a shame because if they don't feel they're doing anything wrong and feel no guilt, then they may not reap their karma. I honestly, guys, I think that deep inside they do know. I mean, like, put yourself into the position of that prospect. So the prospect comes along with a dream and they need the money. They need the money. So the leader sends them a business application loan and they get approved for, say, 27,000 or 57,000, like in the case of Digital Altitude. And, the Digital Altitude, the Federal Trade Commission ended up shutting them down. And honestly, I hope that I was actually part of it. I hope that I was part of it, because it cost me $4,000 out of my own pocket to run the campaign to make people aware. But, the guy that was the owner of the company, Michael Force, he's in big caca, guys. Okay. He's in big caca, right? He fleeced the people and he knew what he was doing, because as each one of the processors was being shut down, he was just doing another one, 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 and continuing the process to fleece the people. Okay. And the top people in that company, my God, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do clawbacks on that deal. They didn't do clawbacks. But some of these other programs, like these direct mail high ticket scams, the 30-day success formula scam, the people that were raking in all of the money were using business application loans, bringing the people in, fleecing them for the money, and then literally within 90 or 120 days, things up in smoke, and they ride off into the sunset, onto the next scam. And then what happens to the carnage that's been left behind, guys? Think about all those families. Do you think that those income earners are taking their checks that they made, the $100, $200, $300? Do you really believe that they're taking their commissions and going and giving back those people the money that they fleeced? No, they're not. There's no conscience to it. Okay. So we want to really make people aware of this. We want to bring it to the attention of the marketplace. And I'm going to do a whole series, okay, of, first of all, giving them the opportunity to change their ways. Okay. And I took a hit for the team already, guys. If I'm going to spend $4,000 out of my own pocket to protect the people, you better believe I got no problem exposing your ass on Facebook Lives and having these videos shared all over the frickin' internet to take you down. Okay. I got no problem doing this, guys. No problem. Okay. Because I don't care if all those people hate me. Okay. Because I'll be cleaning up the industry and I'll still be providing the same value to the people. And people won't be getting ripped off. Okay. They won't be getting ripped off. Okay. Solid mindset, old school methods. Solo ads are a crock of crap. Have you noticed that all the Udemy sellers are just buying traffic from each other? Thanks for doing what you do, Darren. I appreciate you. Why am I coming up as a Facebook user? It's Victoria Vitale. I'm not too sure, Victoria. It could be your privacy settings or something. Now they're pushing digital income system and high interest loans. Guys, I'm going to do my part. Okay? Me and Ari are going to do our part to make people aware of what's going on, and we're gonna give them, enough notice, right? I've probably done 4 or 5 Facebook Lives to give them notice that, the more that we see it, the worse it's going to get. Okay, we will start calling out their names, and we will get the people to share the videos virally so that their name goes all over the internet as a scammer. Okay, I guess that's the price that they're going to need to pay. So anyway, back to what I was on here for. How to make $10,000 online before Christmas. The first thing, you got to have a mentor. The mentor is the fast track, guys. The fast track to the promised land. Number 2, you got to have something that's going to help all the people, all the verticals, right? All the verticals, guys, okay? So this is where people get it wrong. So they're in weight loss and they're out pumping their weight loss, okay? When you do that and you got weight loss all over your wall, so let's say that you're with Prove It and I'm with Melaleuca, okay? And I come to your wall, instantly you're branded as Prove It. But I'm in Melaleuca, say. I'm not, but if I was, right? So right away, you've lost me. You've lost me as a potential buyer. So let's say that I was with Amway, okay, and I come to your wall, right? You lost me, okay? But in the event that you're providing the solution to the people that's going to help them to generate an unlimited number of leads, know what to do with the leads, know how to close and upsell those leads to higher ticket products, how to get team duplication, right? And how to become the attractor factor, and how to build a budget with the business itself versus your credit card and your savings account, right? Big mistake that people make is they go down this rabbit hole without even knowing how the industry works, and they get convinced by these people that if they just buy those products, just buy those big ticket products and start buying traffic, that you can have this too. It's complete bullshit, okay? And I have yet to see any story, guys, not a single one, okay? Digital Altitude, Mob, all these deals that were going along, the 30-day success formula, these income systems, wah, wah, wah. I have yet to see not even one single person, not one, okay, that took out the loan, that followed what these people tell them to do, that's on their wall with a success story like what me and Ari put out. You know, like the Josh Cousins story, made $250,000 in 18 months. Where are those stories on their wall? They don't exist, okay? And if they do, I really would love to see them. I really would truly love to see at least one, but we're going to ask the market to ask for a minimum of five rags to riches stories. And if you've made $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, $20 million, and you don't have a portfolio of rags to riches stories, you're a scammer. Bottom line, you're a scammer, and you're going to get exposed, okay? So in the event that you want to, you know, if you've reached a breaking point right now, if you're in the 97 out of every 100 that are struggling right now, and you truly want to make this your best Christmas, okay? Samuel Mojica Jr. at 21 years old, okay, following our mentoring, his very first month, he made $23,000, okay? John Hundley made $26,000 month one, guys, okay? Charlene made $18,000 her first month. Michelle Anderson, $10,000. Right out of the gate, guys, right out of the gate, following the real seven-figure formula, okay? The real seven-figure formula. So in the event that you want that to be you guys, in the event that you want to be the next success story, in the event that you want to be showcased on the wall, just like Pornthip was today, okay? Go to my wall right now on Facebook, right? FB.com. My profile is Darren Little 007. Go down my wall, guys. Scroll my wall. Watch some of the interviews of the people that have gone from rags to riches the real way, okay? In real millionaire mentoring, not a crock of bullshit like you're being fed by these other people that are scamming the people, okay? So guys, hopefully you got some value from this. If you did, throw me a comment down there below. Share this out with the people. This is the prelim warning to all of the scammers out there that are fleecing the people, sending out the business application loans, and riding off into the sunset and leaving the carnage behind, okay? We want to clean this industry up, guys. Me and Ari, we really, really do. This is one of the most incredible industries in the world, and it's being completely tarnished by people that are only in it to line their own pockets, and we want to make a difference in this world. Okay, let me just do a quick recap here. See who's here. Okay, got that one. Was Moab guilty of the same sins as DA? I would say not as heavily, but yes, right? They did use enticement as well. If you don't understand the basics of people, guys, okay, it doesn't matter. The internet just opens up a gateway to the international market, but at some point in time, If somebody's going to spend $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, they want to talk to their sponsor. They want to talk to a human being before they're going to make that type of an investment. Okay. Now, what a lot of these companies do is they try to take that off of you, and they say that they've got these salespeople. Those are high pressure closers, and they got one goal in mind, guys. One goal: to milk your credit card and fleece your bank account. And they will go that. In fact, the 57, here's what bothers me even more, okay? The people that were touting the $57,000 digital altitude deal, they didn't even pay. They didn't even pay themselves, okay? They were given the products for free, okay? And then they were going out and milking the people for $57,000 at a time, okay? Now, in the event that the salesperson couldn't get the $57,000, they would get whatever they could get. So there was some people that got the $57,000 worth of product for 25 grand, thinking they got a great deal, or 20,000 thinking that they got a great deal, right? When the people that actually were marketing it never even paid themselves, guys. They never even paid themselves, okay? Mob got shut down for similar reasons, just so you know. There was a lot of, and if you look at the copy that they were using, like they were basically telling people that, you could make 6 figures in like 90 days, right? Brand new newbies, give me a break. It was complete bullshit, it was lies. And they use that as enticement with these dangling of the big checks like this to fleece the people. Okay, I'm glad they're shut down, quite honestly. I'm glad that we don't have that going on in the industry any longer, because it was destroying our industry. If someone tells you that they can completely automate 100% of a business and do nothing and money will just magically come to you, it's a scam. Ron Mayberry, you are correct, okay? We're in a business model, guys, of leadership. Leadership. You can't automate leadership. Sorry, you can't automate leadership. Leadership is about the people. Leadership is interactive. Leadership is engaging. You can't automate that, guys. You can't automate that. Sorry. $10,000 before Christmas sounds like a plan. Absolutely. Reach out to me. I'm happy to show you tons and tons more rags to riches stories, guys. We have dozens. We have a portfolio of rags to riches stories from people that have been trained by us, me and Ari. Dozens, okay, of rags to riches stories. Massive value, bro. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Inspiring. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate that. Thanks for the value, Darren. You're welcome, Sharon. Boom, value, brother. Thank you, Rakeem. Great value, Darren. You're the man. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate you. Angeline, I appreciate you. Who do we got? Ann Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Leslie Ann, thank you. Angeline, you're awesome. There are several top promoters that were comped in digital income system and all the high ticket scams. Guys, that is like, common, okay? Common, so I've just kind of steered away from all of that stuff now. I mean, every once in a while I got suckered. Like, I believe that the 30-day success formula was a stable company. It was 4.5 years in business, that the 90-day guarantee was real, and that they were a direct mail company, okay? And I never even got mailers sent out, guys. They didn't even send out mailers for me, okay? So I lost about 3,800 between the 2,500 and the 1,338 was $3,800, okay? And there was people that were taking out business loans for $27,000. How do you think that those people are doing right now that lost $27,000 and are required to pay that money back? Think about it. You think that those people that fleece them are going to come back and give them back their money? At least their commission that they took? Not a chance. Not a chance, guys. Unfortunately. Kevin says, thanks. Thank you for the great live show. Awesome. You're welcome. Me neither. Never sent out my mailers. This is one of the reasons why going into 2020 that I'm going to be just focusing on millionaire mentoring, because the value that we provide to the people is completely life changing, guys. Okay, completely life changing to be able to take a 21-year-old kid and help him become a full-time entrepreneur in his first month. His first month. It's 3 years now. He's been a full-time entrepreneur ever since. Okay, and that's what our industry is really all about. It's about how many people that you can help become successful from your leadership, your mindset training, getting them to step into their power, having them understand how the industry works, show them where to get the leads, show them what to say to the people, show them how to become peak performers. Okay. So truth be known, the whole concept of the done for you system, it doesn't create leaders. Okay. And it preys on the weak. It preys on the people that truly need the breakthrough the most. It preys on the people that are powerless, and they're looking at it as their last hope, right, to save their family, and they're getting milked, guys. They're getting milked, and it's really, really unfortunate. They didn't mail my letters out either, and no refunds. I'm thankful I didn't take out a loan. Can you imagine, Kevin, if you had taken out a $27,000 loan for that crap? Calling out the scammers. Congratulations on your vision. Stabilize the relationship, building friends for life. Absolutely. It's priceless. I know it sounds biased, but Darren, you're the absolute best in the industry, period. Ron, I really, really appreciate that. And I just want to say I'm really proud of you. Congratulations on, this last 2-3 weeks. You've kind of hitting a major breakthrough, starting to pop $1,000 commissions and stuff because you're stepping into leadership. Okay. And that's our industry, guys. Okay. Don't let anybody tell you that it is a get rich quick scheme, because it is a journey inward, guys, to your naked soul. Okay. And I'll tell you that if you want to go from 0 to 7 figures or multiple 7 figures or 8 figures and higher, it's going to be an emotional journey, and you're going to go through some Kleenex. You're going to go through some Kleenex if you ever want to go next level, right? And you have to embrace the journey, guys. You got to embrace the journey, okay? We'll be there every step of the way to help you along the process, but you got to embrace it. You've got to be ready for change. You got to go after it head on, right? Conquer your fears, because your dream is on the other side of your fear. That's where your dream is. That's where the whole other reality exists. And when you're hanging out with all these other people, they're on the same path as you are, and you have a support system in place and motivation and daily personal development, and you start to get into understand your subconscious mind and how we create our own realities. What's manifestation? How does it work, right? How do we actually go forward? A lot of people don't realize this, okay? But the gateway forward is backwards. Okay, and I want you to think about that on today's broadcast. The gateway forward is actually backwards. Chew on that one for a while, guys. I talk about that in great detail in Unleash the Alpha Within, where you learn about subconscious time travel. And that's where one guy, he went from two months with he couldn't pay rent for 2 months, 2 kids. He was starving himself for 2 days at a time. That's how broke he was. He was feeding the kids, starving himself. And he went through Unleash the Alpha Within. 8 months later, guys, his name was Rob Riker, $500,000 in the bank in 8 months. Okay. It basically, it tricks your subconscious mind to believe your future reality has already happened, and bam, you go completely next level. And the transformational stories are off the charts. In fact, some of them are so out there that people's brain has a hard time even computing. They think like, how could this even be possible? It's possible, and it's happening. It's happening. Leslie Ann says she got goosebumps. Awesome. Little clappers. The energy transfer from the community. Absolutely. The gateway forward is backwards. Yes, it is. Guys, hopefully you got some value from this. If you did, throw me a comment down there below. Please start sharing these out with the people. I want to give these people as much warning as I possibly can, okay? Because there's actually some of these people, guys, that I really highly respected that were walking across stage, right? That have good value, but they flipped over to the dark side, and the only thing that they care about, pocket. And they'll do whatever they can to get it and leave a trail of carnage behind with the people. And I'm going to stand up for the people. Okay. I'm going to stand up for the people, guys. Okay. I believe that that's right. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do because our industry is about changing people's lives. Just one person that you can change their life and take them to freedom. That, my friends, is what a superhero is really all about. Guys, my name is Darren Little. Please share this video, guys. Let's clean up the industry. Let's expose these people for who they are, and let's at least give them warning to make a change before we do, okay? At least give them a warning to make a change before they do, okay? Throw me a comment, like and share. Guys, have a great day, and let's go get it. Have a good one. Give me a call if you want to make 10,000 before Christmas.